All right, the date right now is July 17, 2008. The time right now is 21:09 hours. I'm Detective Miller, Sheriff's Office, Orange County. Case number 08-069208. I'm located at 3843 Sutton Place, apartment 708.
Yep.
In the presence of Anthony Lazzaro, or Lazzaro? Huh? Lazzaro. Yeah, I've been down in Florida too long. And Cameron Campina? Campana. That's two times. Cameron, your date of birth is 7/24/87, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and Anthony, we've talked several times, so we're familiar with each other. One of the first things I kind of want to get off the bat, you guys understand this is being recorded?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. We're here in your apartment, and before I turn this on, I expressed to you one of the reasons we wanted to be here is to see if we can look around and see if there's any indication that something might have happened to Kaylee, which is the reason that we're here investigating, obviously, this case. Anthony, do you have any objection to these detectives, Detective Clark, Detective Happy Wells, and Kevin Kravitz looking around the house?
Not at all.
Cameron, same question. Any objection?
I have no problem.
Okay.
Cool.
Gentlemen. Another thing I wanted to talk to you, Tony, is when you called me a couple hours ago, back at about 5:35, you told me that you were worried about news media here, and we talked about that, and you said you were also concerned, or I asked you some questions about her car when the last time you saw it. You told me a little bit about that. Back up and tell me that story again as far as her car, last time you saw it.
Let me interrupt you real quick. If she was to stay in a room, which room would it be?
That was my room.
To the right?
Yep.
Okay.
Back into the left.
Okay.
Last time I saw it, I mean, this happened multiple times that I picked up her with the gas. But the last time I saw her was at the Anscott at the corner of 50 and Goldenrod.
Okay.
And basically, I remember just pulling up, and she was, I guess, what she told me is that her car ran out of gas or died. I don't remember which one it was. I guess like there's a turning lane, and random guys saw it and helped her push her car into Anscott parking lot and was double parked or parked right next to the dumpster. These two parking spots. When I pulled up, I saw her outside of the car with with her pocketbook and I guess clothes. I'm pretty sure clothes and probably a bag of produce.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as I pulled up, she just got in the car and I picked her up and brought her back here. And then I headed out to class.
You see, she got out of the car. Did she say where she was coming from?
Her house. She picked up stuff from her house. She had to remember the day it actually happened, I can't recall, but
Give me a ballpark.
Like I said before, I think I was telling you before, that had to be like late June when this happened.
Okay. And
because I remember when I talked to her. Also, I just remember this right now. I talked to her over the phone while I was in New York, and she said that her dad came and picked up the car or whatever, and took it to the dealership because the car. She was getting the car fixed, and that she was going to get a new car and trade it in. She was going to get it fixed and trade it in and get a new one.
Okay. When you say she went to her house to get some stuff, try to remember. I know you mentioned a couple of particular items before.
Like food, I would say like freeze pops, I guess. Okay. I remember because she kept on bringing those over from the house, and this, I guess, like Tyson chicken to make, for dinner that night. I mean, other than that, probably just vegetables or fruit or something.
Okay. Did she have any suitcases or bags or anything with clothing in it?
That might have been the day that she brought. I remember she did bring over clothes, because that's what they picked up that night. I don't remember if it was that day or another day. I just really, I wish I could remember this, but I remember her seeing with her at least with the groceries.
Okay.
Because food is important to me.
On that note, I just want to kind of jump ahead real quick. Everything that she's brought over here, has she left anything at the apartment since, I guess, the parents came here a couple of nights ago that you recall that belonged to her and not you?
She left underneath my bed in the bottom, on the end of the bed, bottom corner, is sandals.
Okay.
Or shoes, I think she has. That's the only other thing I think that she has.
Did she ever bring any baby clothes to the apartment?
No.
For Kaylee?
Kaylee's only been here, when she comes here, it would be during the day. So she brought her here, and she'd just come with animal crackers, a juice, a bunch of juice boxes, her juice cup, and then she brought over food all those times to make me and Kaylee food. We stopped at Subway one time, got Subway, and last time I remember hanging out with the two, I think, pretty sure it was the day we were at the pool. I have the picture like I showed Detective White.
Okay.
June 2nd.
And that was June 2nd?
Yeah.
Okay. When you picked her up at the car, did she say what she was going to do with the car that night, or did she ask you to
She
take the
just
car out?
well, what happened was what happened with that was she was saying, like, because I was already rushed and ready to go. Like, I was like, oh man, I gotta like you just left. Like, she just left the house. Like, she was here, she left to go to her house, and she said she was coming back.
Uh-huh.
Now I was gonna wait for her to come back to let her, in the house, while I went to school, because obviously I don't leave my door open.
Sure.
So I was just, waiting for her to come back, and then she gave me a call and said, guess what happened to me again? My car broke down by 50. Can you come get me, please? I was like, all right, I'll come get you. I was like, I need to get ready for school, and I needed to head out. So I just picked her up and was like, headed back here as fast as I could. And she said that, she's not worried about the car. She'll take care of it later.
Okay. Did she ever tell you I know she called you in New York, but up until then, did she ever tell you she went back to get the car, or, hey, I had someone else look at the car, or she asked?
Like I said, she said she had it. Her dad picked it up.
But you were in New York when she called you?
Yeah, I talked about the car.
Okay.
But
before you actually left for New York, because you left for New York at the end of June.
June 30th.
So before the 30th.
Yeah.
When did she say anything about what she did with the car or anything like that?
That she just was. Cam, I don't remember. Do you remember? Because you've been here around the same time as me. Do you remember if honestly if she had the car here? Because I was saying to you before on the phone, I can't recall if she got if it got changed from the spot in Amscott.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that's the last time I picked her up.
I remember after.
But I never been in the car
that broke down. I think the first time it came back here, and then the second.
Well, the first time
it was here when we left for break.
That's what I was trying to remember when
I
we
think,
won.
I want to say yes, but I can't be positive.
That's fine. But but you don't recall before the conversation in New York
saying anything
about what she did with the car?
No.
Okay. When was the last time you rode in the car with her?
Last time I rode in the car had to be the day we went and got Subway. Yeah, we went and got Subway one of the times. It was Kaylee. She picked me up from school because my car was in the mechanic at this mechanic Tom Galata off of 1792, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
She drove me out to pick up my car. We headed back. We stopped at the Subway down the road. Came back here, and that was the last time I was in the car.
Was she with Kaylee?
Yeah, Kaylee was with her. That was one of the days that I actually was with Kaylee and Casey.
Okay. Was that before or after June 2nd, the picture?
Before June 2nd.
Okay, and after that was the picture, and after that, the last time you actually saw Kaylee was when?
I don't remember if I saw Kaylee after or... honestly, the only time I really remember is June 2nd. I mean, I don't remember. Maybe she was over here after the fact.
I think was the time that you guys went to the pool.
Yeah.
Well, the reason I asked that is this. Obviously, according to the news and everything we've talked about, we're pretty much assured that Casey's a liar.
Yeah,
we're all good with that. So the dates that Casey are giving falls into that lie category.
Yeah.
I'm saying that with a purpose.
Yeah.
And hold on just a second, because I just want to direct it to Anthony. Like I told your dad, and like I told you, we've talked to so many people, and everyone kind of gives us what they remember and pieces of information. Like when I was at Ricardo's house, I remember seeing Kaylee do this. When I was at with Amy, I remember Amy doing this. When I was at Tony's house, I remember that Kaylee was there, and I remember this is what people are saying, that it was either the 10th or 11th of April, not the 2nd, which is I think the following Tuesday, June. So what I'm trying to ask is, I'm not saying that you're lying by no means, but what I'm asking is, are you sure about the dates that she was last here, or are you worried that if it was after the 9th that people are going to look different?
That was I mean, it's not. I don't really remember. I mean,
we're in school like.
No, I understand that, but
I can't get dates. Like I'm trying.
That's fine. But what I'm just specifically asking is that if someone comes to me and tells me that they were here with you and you just hanging out, whatever, and they specifically said, hey, I remember it was this date because of something that happened in school or a phone call I got or whatever, and they're telling me it was the 10th or 11th of June.
Then I mean, I mean, if they were here and I was here, then I mean, if they definitely remember a date over, then because I'm foggy about that whole thing, if I was that or not. So I mean, if they're definite and they know that, like, you know, there was something that day to remember that would remind them that they saw that, then yeah, probably. I mean, but